Hey everyone, and welcome to my new podcast called Keeping It Real with Amelia. So I started this podcast because, well, I spend most of the time in my house. And so I moved to Minnesota last year actually, and it's been a struggle to meet people and get myself out there. But I feel like I've been doing better. So yeah, but I still spend most of my time at home, and I've always talked to myself as well, because I don't know, in a sense it kind of just comforts me, and it's like I'm having a conversation to myself. So I figured, since I talk to myself so much, why not start a podcast? Yeah, so this first episode is gonna be about mental health, and I chose this topic because mental health means a lot to me as somebody who has anxiety and depression. Yeah, I mean, I've always wanted to be an advocate for mental health. I've always wanted to help others and just tell them that how they're feeling is valid and it's okay, and it's okay to take a break sometimes or step out again, because taking care of yourself is really important, especially in today's society, because the news has so much shit going on, wars going on, politics. It's just all very overwhelming, and that can affect our mental health, because it certainly did mine. When that virus that came out in 2020, we were all forced to quarantine. Pretty much everybody in the world was forced to quarantine, and a lot of people's mental health went down. Weirdly enough, I was actually happy about quarantine because I was in my junior year of high school during it, and junior year was when my mental health hit an all-time low, and I started therapy, and I just remember telling my therapist that I really didn't want to continue with school. And then, a month later, the outbreak happens, and so I didn't get to go to school physically, and actually preferred online learning, but it got old after a while. I just think some people responded to the outbreak better than others. I know introverts, they were probably having the time of their life because they're used to the seclusion and they like that, but I bet it was pretty hard for extroverts. So when it got announced that we could come back for senior year, I was super excited because, well, one, it was my senior year, and two, I couldn't wait to do all those traditions that seniors do, but unfortunately, I couldn't do some stuff due to the virus. We had to stay home every month. There was one day a month where we would do distance learning, and I remember I had to stay home for my birthday, and that really sucked because I wanted to spend my birthday at school with my friends or the people that I see. So even though senior year was really fun, really enjoyable, it did feel a little lonely because I realized that everybody's taking different paths. Everybody's leaving. Pretty much all of my friends went the college route, and university. They all went to university. Well, I stayed at home doing college online. So when I started, it felt a little lonely, but I'm really glad that I formed friendships and relationships on Discord, because senior year was when I was really starting to get into voice acting, and I really wanted to continue that. And I mean, I've been doing it since 2020. I don't really do that much anymore, but like, you know, if I see like a comic that I really like and ask the, you know, artist to dub, I'll dub it, and I noticed that my comic dubs do really well, so yeah. Anyways, I'm getting off subject. So, mental health, yeah. Like I said, mental health is as important as your physical health, and I think people don't really pay attention to that. You know, they just think, oh, you know, I'm just gonna fight through it, or I'm just gonna pretend that nothing is wrong, when obviously there is something wrong, and if they don't get help soon, then, you know, it's just gonna like create a snowball effect on them. You know, that's really bad. Like, if you see signs of like any sort of mental illness, get the help you need. Because if you need help, you need help. And you should never be afraid to ask for help, because there are people out there that want to help you, that are willing to help you. And I'm glad we have people like therapists and social workers, because, you know, they help people. And my mom is actually a social worker. And I have so much respect for what they do. And I'm thankful we have people like that, you know, to help others. I'm kind of just repeating what I've already said. But yeah. I thought I'd have like a lot to talk about in the very first episode, but I guess not. I mean, I could ramble on. I guess I could talk about my mental health story. So I had signs of anxiety when I was a small child. I definitely had separation anxiety from my mom, and when I first started going to school, it really affected my behavior, and, you know, I would cry every day because I just wasn't with her. But then I would eventually grow out of that. But then around, I don't know, like 5th, 6th grade, I was developing anxiety because, well, we had a special. Specials were basically like extracurricular activities, like during school hours. And so one special we had was PE. And I hated PE, not so much because I don't like exercise, I honestly don't, but I hated it because of the teacher. Because she was known to yell at students, and that really scared me, because as a kid, I did not like being yelled at. And so every time she would yell at me, I would cry. And I remember I would try to get out of PE just so, you know, I don't get yelled at. And I did that for 2 weeks, until I tried getting out again, and then she yelled at me in front of the whole class. And I mean, she had a point. Like, okay, I got it. Honestly, I think what I could have done in that situation, I guess, is like go to somebody about it, and then maybe I could like talk to her and say, I really don't like it when you yell at me. But obviously I wasn't really mature enough to do that, so yeah. Sometimes when you look back on things while you were younger, you think what you would do in the situation differently, and it's really interesting. Yeah, so anxiety would honestly follow me. I didn't really have any anxiety in middle school. Like, I can't really think of a time where I was really anxious. But it definitely came up a lot in high school. Because in high school, I felt like I had to do my best all the time. In the school, you know, they really wanted us to do well. Like, we had to take state tests, and like they were honing it in, like how much we need to do well. And it stressed me out. So I just remember like studying nonstop for like the math and science state tests. I even declined an invitation to go to, I think it was, not Infinity War, but the first one. Yeah, the first Marvel movie before Infinity War. I can't believe I'm forgetting the title. Yeah, I declined so I could study because I was really worried that, you know, I wouldn't do well. And I think I did do well, so I mean, it all turned out okay. I had a lot of math anxiety because 9th grade was the first year that I took Algebra 1, and that was really hard for me because I've never, ever been good at math, and it was just a huge jump from like 8th grade math to Algebra 1, and I mean, I felt a little bit behind because like some students took biology in like 8th grade or like Algebra 1 in 8th grade, and then they were moving on to like geometry and human anatomy and physiology, so I had to take all those classes in 9th grade. And I did decent in Algebra 1. You know, I pretty much did decent in like all my math classes except for my senior year because it was kind of a remedial class. And I guess I was put in because my ACT score in math was not very good. It's like, you know, oh well. So I actually only took the ACT once, but schools, they encourage you to take it more time so you can like up your score. You know, I just didn't care about shit like that. And part of the reason why junior year was so stressful was because, you know, they were asking us like, they were wanting us to think about college, where we would go, what kind of career we wanted, and I honestly didn't really want to go to college. And I knew that for a while, but since the school was like kind of encouraging us to do it, I felt so much pressure to do that, but like in my heart, I didn't want to. And I think that was like a part of why I just got so stressed out and depressed and a lot of other things in junior year as well. It was just, it was a frustrating time. But honestly, the pandemic was kind of a saving grace for me because it actually helped me more than it hurt me because I was so overwhelmed in junior year and I wasn't enjoying the classes that I was taking. And I was taking this one class, high-tech video production, and I've been taking it for the past 3 years, and I felt like I had to take it in junior year because, you know, in sophomore year, I actually won an award for the original song that I wrote with the corresponding music video, so I felt, you know, I had to do it another year, which honestly, I really didn't have to, because when I started, it immediately ended up pretty bad, because, well, all of my friends were in the other class, and I had to do a group project with, 2 people, one that's, like, really nice, and one that, like, has a tendency to be really rude, and, basically, she was really rude to me, and I was very uncomfortable working with her. And so after we did the group project, I was like, okay, never again. But then I think we assigned another group project and I'm forced to work with her. So I was just like, you know what? I'm not gonna bring up anything. I'm just gonna do my part. I'm just gonna I'm gonna be, I don't know. I don't know the word for it. Complacent, I guess. I don't know. Like I was literally scared of this girl, and the thing was, she was my friend group. Like, I think everybody, maybe some people have experienced this. Like, you have that one person in the friend group that's like really rude and talks about people behind their back, and then everybody just kind of like lets it slide and ignores it. And I think I was like the first one to like bring it up, and after I brought it up, more people started talking about it, and you know, I was thankful. It's like, yeah, she has been really rude to me, and I don't like the way she was acting towards me, And one thing I kind of regret in high school, when people were talking about me behind my back or being rude to me, I regret not calling them out on their behavior, because today I definitely would. Because I feel like I've grown so much as a person between high school and my final year of college. I feel like I would call out the bullshit and I would call out the rude behavior. Because I remember in high school, I cared so much about what people thought of me that I didn't do things that like I wanted to do. It was really stupid, and I regret it, honestly, because I went to a big school, and realistically, only some people knew me. Like, probably nobody gave a F about me, except for, like, my best friend at the time. So yeah, but, today, yeah, I would definitely call out the bullshit. I mean, even today, people have been, like, rude or, you know, said, like, mean things about my eye condition, which is not, you know, it's not good. So I have an eye condition, and a couple people have definitely made fun of it, said like rude things about it, and the sad thing is I'm kind of used to that, because like I know like one of my eyes looks weird, but like, you know, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all, basically. And I guess that's why they would do it behind my back, and they would like say it to my friends. And then my friends would tell me, and it would make me really, really uncomfortable. And then I would question, why are you still friends with this person? Why are you friends with a person that talks about your other friend behind their backs? Like, that's just really gross behavior. And so this one girl, she talked about me a lot, apparently, which I just think is really weird behavior. It's like, you know, when somebody talks about you a lot, you begin to wonder if they're like obsessed with you or they're just really jealous of you. And I think I'm going towards the jealousy route, but I didn't really understand what this girl would be jealous of, because she made fun of my looks. Maybe she didn't like that I was friends with her friends, or like I was nice, or I don't know. I really don't know, but I've learned that some people are just not going to like you for whatever reason. And, you know, if you meet somebody for the first time, they'll judge you based on like the first impression that you gave. And honestly, it's okay. It's okay for people to not like you, because not everybody's gonna like everyone. Because I have people that I don't like. I know people with like certain behaviors that I definitely do not like, and I do not F with, you know? So, you know, I just try my best to like distance from them as possible, and I think that's ultimately the best thing you can do to preserve your peace and your energy. And it's really important to find people that get you and that support you and that would fight for you. And I've had a lot of trouble finding people that, you know, are there for me and stick it out. But luckily, I do have some friends right now that I genuinely consider as like brothers and sisters, and I'm really, really thankful to have them. Even if they're online friends, you know, they're still friends, and they're still real and as valid as physical friends. Like I said, the past year, it's been pretty hard to make friends. Part of it is just me being an adult, and other people my age being an adult, like finishing college, starting a new job, anything like that. So I'm trying to find people in like the music community. That's hard too. And actually, I got a text from a friend and a music promoter that promotes my shows and books my shows. Yeah, I do shows, so I'm really proud of that. Anyways, And he said that, people from Minnesota, they're passive aggressive, I guess, and they're not really welcoming towards people that aren't there. And I was kind of like taken aback because, I always heard that Minnesota was like nice and the people were nice. And don't get me wrong, some people are, because I have a couple friends that I met here that are really nice and were really welcoming to me. But I do believe that there are some people that don't really want to welcome anybody in their group of friends. And I mean, I kind of get it, and like that's their decision. So I'm mainly talking to people that are actually from different states, because a lot of people move from different states to Minnesota because they probably didn't like something about their state. I mean, I never really liked the state I was in. My parents didn't either, so like when we got the opportunity to move, we took it. And we like our life here. We really do. And I just can't wait to see where like it takes me and what I'm gonna do, I guess, because I think I'm at a point in my life where things are really starting to begin for me. Like, I'm finishing up school. I'm gonna get my degree next summer. I'm hoping I can get a job. We'll see about that. I'm doing more like shows and open mics. It's great. Creativity wise, like, I've never been better. Because I remember at the beginning of the year, I was in like another funk, like depressive episode, and it stagnated my creativity. Like, I could not create anything. I couldn't write a song. I didn't even want to play guitar. And it was rough because I was taking a music course where they wanted something like creative every week. So every time I tried to do something, it was literally torture. I was like, I really don't want to do this. And so like, the whole time I was questioning if I really wanted this, but when I got out of that funk, I was like, you know what? No, I do. But like, a bad thing about depression is that like, it kind of takes your soul away. It takes like everything that makes you away, and you're kind of just like this hollow shell of yourself, and it's really scary, and I wouldn't wish it on anybody. So, but I mean, if you want to get out of that state, you gotta put the work in. So, and obviously I did not want to feel that way, even though my brain was against me the entire time. So it was telling me to not fight and to keep feeling that way because it enjoyed it. And that's how it felt. So, the little part of me that I had in me told me that I had to fight. I had to fight for myself. I had to fight for my friends, my loved ones, my family members. And I did. I mean, I upped my medication. I started therapy. I did all of these things, and it took a while, but it eventually did help. And, I think the next time I go through an episode like that, I think I'll be better prepared. And maybe, I don't know, I could fight stronger. I just don't know, because, like, I can never prepare for when one of these happen. And, like, when it happens, I just feel so bad. And I still feel guilty about my last episode and how I lost a relationship because of it. But yeah, that's kind of personal that I don't really want to get into. But yeah. So point is, if you're seeing signs of any type of mental illness, definitely go get help. Not everybody's like an expert, so go to somebody that maybe struggles with it too, and maybe you guys can like help each other because they understand. Or obviously get professional help, So yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna talk about today. Thank you for thank you for visiting my TED Talk. I hope you enjoyed. I got a little bit personal with some of this, but I'm honestly not really afraid to like share my stories on the internet because, you know, if it helps somebody, I mean, that's great. You know, my number one goal has just been to help people because I know what it's like to feel alone, to feel helpless, and I just don't want other people to feel that way. So I want to do anything that I can to help people. And even if people don't want my help, I still want them to like thrive. Unless they're just an evil person or an asshole. So yeah. Thank you all for listening and look forward to other episodes. I plan on talking about other topics. I will talk about Sonic sometimes, and I'll talk about other topics that really mean a lot to me. So yeah, thank you for listening, and I will see you all next time. Bye! Hey, so it's me again, and I forgot to plug in my Instagram because I recently made an Instagram account about mental health, and I wanted to like talk about it earlier, but I just never got the chance to. So, if you want to learn more about like mental health or like seek resources for help, I will link my Instagram, which is at MHA with Amelia. Pretty sure that's what it's called. I haven't really been on that account, so. But yeah, I'm just gonna like put it right here, put it in the description. If you want to go check it out, go follow, would be greatly appreciated, and I'll get back to posting on there soon. So yeah, thank you all for listening, and I will see you next episode. Bye!